Hi there, everyone. This is Sharon for another Conscious Sharon moment. And so, for this Conscious Sharon moment, I pretty much named it Self Labor. So, today is Labor Day. And one of the things I did, I'm like, what is Labor Day? Why do we celebrate it and things like that? Because to be honest, of all of these years of working, I just knew it was a day off. I never really looked into why we celebrated it and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to read you what I found on the internet. And it says that Labor Day was originally designed to honor workers, and something else says it was a federal holiday to recognize the many contributions workers have made to American strength, prosperity, and well being. And that originally it was just for federal workers and it wasn't for like each state. So each state has to pretty much put it into law for it to be, a holiday. And it was more so a holiday in recognition more so than a day off per se. And so, one of the things that I wanted to say was that, as it stated, that it was a recognition of strength, prosperity, and well-being. And so, as you know, when it comes to conscious share, it's all about self. So how do you celebrate yourself? And again, when we're thinking about work, we always think about a job per se. But let's just say you are the job. What you do with whatever that is in life, as a parent, as a partner, what you do for yourself, because that's the main thing of this whole thing about conscious sharing. It's about awareness of self and the things that we can do to take care of ourselves. And so when it comes to, let's say, the labor of loving ourselves, the labor of taking care of yourself, the labor of recognizing yourself, the labor of really going deep within yourself to find out what you really like, what you really don't like. What are the things that really make you smile and make you grateful? What are the things that, like a lot of times we're contributing to others, but how are we contributing to ourselves, when it comes to things like that? And so take a moment and really think about that. Take a moment to really reflect on that. It's like, how do you honor yourself? And so, like for some individuals, this may be a day to take off work and just do nothing, to take off work, have a cookout, to take off work, and to, just enjoy family time or do nothing. And I know for the most part, like for me, depends on what job I was at. For most jobs I've had, I would say other than the hospital, most other jobs I've had, we did have the day off. And of course, if you work for a hospital system, there are no days off because of the fact of taking care of the clients and patients there. But again, when it comes to yourself, because a lot of times we're not taking any time out for ourselves. And so that's something to think about too, is how do you take time out for yourself? Because I cannot tell you if we do not take time out for ourselves, or we do not take time out to reflect upon our day, to plan for the future, that life has a way of doing it for us without our consent. Now, we don't want that to happen. We can't get mad at the world because of the fact we're not doing our part, in contributing. The other thing that I found that was very interesting, one of the things, and I swear I never knew this until I read it. I'm going to read it in a minute. I never knew this. Okay, we know that there's this practice, that there's this saying, it's like, you cannot wear white after, I can't remember, is it on Labor Day or after Labor Day? I remember hearing that growing up. How about you? You remember? Now, do you know why you can't wear white after Labor Day? I never knew why. I never looked it up. I ignored it anyway. That's just kind of me. I'm like, oh, I'm not following out what society is saying, because no one never explained to me why. This, oh no, almost like it was superstitious or bad luck or something. That's how I interpret it. Okay, let me know how old you were when you found this out, because I was today years old. And again, this is coming off of the internet. Oh, Google, Google. Why can't you wear white after Labor Day? It says here, I'm going to read it verbatim. And I'm still laughing because I'm like, oh my, I never knew this. Okay. It says that wearing white represented that you could afford to get out of the city and vacation elsewhere when summer ended. And since Labor Day typically represent the end of summer, a rule was established that you shouldn't wear white after Labor Day if you didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you didn't have the money. I'm sorry. I just think this is so funny. Oh, because I've seen many people that just say, okay, let me get through this. If you didn't have the money to take fall and winter vacations, I'm going to read that part again. Okay. It says that it was established, it was a rule that you shouldn't wear white after Labor Day if you didn't have the money to take fall and winter vacations. So, how many of you made sure that you, your children, and I'm pretty sure we had our parents that made sure you cannot wear white after Labor Day? Now, okay, this is what the internet said. I didn't do any additional research to say, okay, is this really true? But anyway, if someone else has a different theory or reason or why you shouldn't wear white, and this is another reason why we need to be very careful of what we're following up because of tradition and we don't know the reason. So that means if you are gun-ho of not wearing white after Labor Day, you are saying that you cannot afford to go on vacation during the fall and winter. Pretty much, you are telling the world you have no money. So for those of you who are gun-ho of making sure, oh no, I gotta make sure I'm not wearing any white after Labor Day because it's bad luck. Okay. Yeah, you are saying I have no money, I will not have any money so that I can go on vacation during the fall and winter. So you see, this is another reason for us to sit in silence so we can do some extra research, so we can have money to go on vacation during the winter and fall. So be careful of what you follow up or what you call tradition, because you could be telling the world, yes, this is me. Because I can remember people getting on me for wearing white after Labor Day. I think I might have had on, sometimes it'd be like white shoes, some tennis shoes or something. I am sorry. I just thought that was so funny. I never knew that. So I was this day old when I found that out. And again, if someone finds out any information that disputes the original reason of why you should not wear white after Labor Day, by all means, please put it in the comments so that I would know. I don't mind being corrected because, like I said, I just read it. I didn't do any additional research. and I could be dead wrong. And, but I just thought that was funny. And so going back to self labor, in that sometimes we need to do extra work to find out what the truth really is. And so make sure you are investing in yourself in different ways so that you can afford to go on vacation during fall and winter. So thank you for joining me for this conscious sharing moment, and continue to like and share, and by all means, do comments in the make comments in the and I'm going to read a comment. Someone said, and good evening, James. Thank you for this. Um, James said he always heard not to wear white after Labor Day, but always thought it was for women. And you know what, James? That could be true because way back in the day, remember, women had no rights. And so they probably could not afford, the money, didn't have the money way back in the day, to go on vacation, not unless their husband. So that makes sense, James. It really does. That makes sense that it probably did apply for women because most women, especially before all of the changes, relied on their husband to pay for everything. So technically, they didn't have the money to afford to go on vacation during the fall and winter. So, yeah, it's just amazing how things can tie together. At least that's my take on it. But again, thank you for joining me for this conscious sharing moment. And remember to like and share. Check out, go to the website, consciousharing.com for any upcoming, should I say, for updates and any upcoming events, and which definitely be on the lookout for those. And again, thanks for joining.